in this video, I'm gonna touch on 5 points on how you can start building your personal brand today. So who am I? My name is Juan, and I'm a creator, internet marketer, and filmmaker. And I've been creating content since 2017. In my early days, I was doing photography and videography for events and brands, as you can see here. And when the pandemic came, I started to look for other ways to make money online. I stumbled upon 3D animation, and I was not looking to make money out of 3D animation, but I got into it because of the love I had for films and for animation, and I started learning. I started offering these services to Web3 projects, NFT collections, blockchain projects, and yeah, I made a little bit of money from that. I bought a program from Iman Gaji, and I started my online agency. And in this agency, I was helping content creators take their YouTube videos and transform it into shorts, TikToks, Reels, etc. As you can see here, we work with more than 30 content creators and generated more than 50 million views across TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So as you can see here, a couple of views that we were able to generate for Connor: 2 million views, 7 million views, 16 million views, 1 million views, 7 million views, a couple of 400k videos. And we took also a graphic designer YouTuber with 1 million subscribers, go from 2,000 to 9,000 followers in 1 week. I think we ended that month with 30,000 followers on TikTok for him. So now I'm building my personal brand, sharing everything I learned from the creator economy space and why you should take social media and building a personal brand serious if you want to have success online. Like, this is a no-brainer right now in 2025. You have to create content religiously. That's how you drive traffic to your offers. Why founders struggle with content? Most founders struggle with building trust in a crowded market, differentiating themselves from their competitors, attracting high-quality leads without paid ads. This one is really important. And they're not using LinkedIn or content strategically. And why LinkedIn? Because 90% of B2B decision makers are on LinkedIn, but only 1% of users create content consistently. And I believe that gap is your opportunity if you're selling B2B services or you have an agency. That's why personal branding is so important these days. You build trust with people, you position yourself as the expert, and when you do decide to outreach, your messaging stands out and honestly is just like much more receptive. So right now I'm posting consistently on LinkedIn, well, I have been for the past 12 months. And it has helped me position myself as an authority, reach my ICP, my ideal customer profile, and get more positive responses from outbound. As you can see here, I got a venture studio builder that is wanted to collaborate with me. I got partnership invitations for a SaaS company and people interested in my offers, my services. So we're gonna go through profile optimization, consistent thought leadership content, social selling, clear CTAs and value offers, and feedback loops and ROI tracking. So first, the most important thing is that you have an optimized profile. Especially on LinkedIn, it's critical that your profile showcases the best of you, who you are, what you do, and who do you help. So first is the clear picture, clear banner with a CTA and social proof, if you can. By having a clear banner with a CTA, people already know what you do and remember you. The headline, this is a short sentence describing what do you do. The feature section, this is where you're gonna put all of your lead magnets, your clients' results, your case studies, and your top performing content. Okay. And then your about section, you're gonna go more in deep about your story, how do you help people, who do you help, and the problem you solve, with a clear call to action at the end. So really quickly, just so you understand. So yeah, this is my profile. I put here what I do. I grow inbound without spending hours, or I help you grow inbound without spending hours creating content on LinkedIn. You talk, we turn it into growth content through founder-led content, demand generation, content distribution, so you can have B2B inbound growth. This is a little headline, sharing quick actionable ways to grow inbound leads with content systems. My about sections, I state the problem, and then I introduce myself. If you're a founder sitting on experience, insights, and results, but lacking the system to turn that into demand and revenue, I'd love to connect. And the clear CTA, DM me growth, if you're ready to turn your content into conversions. This is the feature section where you put all of your best or top performing content, case studies. From what I've seen on LinkedIn, these are the top content types that convert, and these are the content types that you should be posting on LinkedIn. I'm always testing what works, testing for new ideas for content, but the main ones are these ones. Behind the scenes of your startup. This is where you show the company culture, what is your company about, what's the relationship that you have with your team members, why you do what you do. Like just take a little bit of time on work on behind the scenes content. People really like to see updates on what you're building and why are you building stuff. So industry insights or myth busting. This is where you write contrarian takes, for example. Like most people think that cold email is dead, but actually what most people are not doing right is this, for example. Industry insights, this means topics that are hot, like trending, and also industry news. Thought leadership, this one goes more in tune with it's a little bit more personal. You see, it's a little bit more about your take on a certain subject. I don't know, like HR, hiring, firing, AI in the workplace, relationships, relationship building, networking, the thoughts you have around that, and also posts that can position you as a leader in your network, in your industry. The next one is founder stories. This one I really like because there's a lot of there's not a lot of companies that do this, but there's a company called Midday Squares that basically they turn their social media into like a reality TV series. It's pretty crazy. If you look them up, you're gonna know what I'm referring to. But founder stories, this can be, things on why you started the company in the first place, like a funny story that you had a couple years ago where you were having a hard time booking calls, or having a hard time developing your product, or like conversations you had with previous customers. So stories like that can really make an impact, and they can show the transition from where you were to where you are now. Those ones, I think they're really important. And next one is case studies and screenshots, like analytics, like how do you help clients go from this to this in this amount of time, the revenue that you have generated, the meetings that you have generated, client success stories, stuff like that. Why? Because people want to see your journey, the events that you go to, the long nights, the grit, the commitment, the news that you have to share, and progress you have made. These are a couple examples I really like. Daniel Dallin, I don't know if you know this guy, but he's working, making content, traveling, all of that, and he shows that in his YouTube channel. A simple post like this is proof, of me, my companies, and those that work with me. And if you didn't know, you will. And look at the amount of engagement Daniel has. Another one is from Figure, the robot that folds clothes. But you can do the same even if you're not the CEO of a giant tech company. For example, you can share product updates. What are the things that you've been working on? For example, this guy on Weasley, he's sharing a product update. Sorry, this is Mensur. And William showing a little bit of behind the scenes on how he does his thing. I made 15K in a month in MRR, monthly recurring revenue, from one single sales call without being pushy. And he shows you the framework, basically. This one's another one with a case study, and another one from Alex, 20 lessons from a weekend that generated $100 million for us. This can be, a list of things, and it ties with founder stories. So good. Now, how do you sell without being salesy? Social selling without being salesy, and networking on LinkedIn. First of all, I don't want to see anyone commenting on other people's stuff with AI. Never use AI to comment on other posts, please. It's like commenting with AI should be banned. If you comment with AI, you're damaging your brand and you're hurting yourself. Like, the damage is pretty heavy. So don't use AI to comment. Start real conversations in the DMs. Be genuinely curious about what other people are doing on the platform, in your industry, provide value. For example, I use my podcast to do this, where I invite people that I find what they're doing really, really cool. I invite them to join on a one-on-one conversation where they talk about their story, their company, what they do. I give them a platform so they can share all of this, and I give them like short form clips for free so they can share that with their audience. And this is a very good way to build that really initial relationship. Just invite them to chat, sharing that, post it on social media. I think it adds a lot of value. And at the end, you work with that relationship. You might work with these people at the end, but yeah, I mean, you might not, but there's a great chance that you end up working with them. You can share wins, lessons, not just valuable posts. Sharing valuable content is important, but it's also important that people get to know you and show your personality. If you're fun, if you're witty, if you're, I don't know, uh, if you like memes, people buy from people they like. Be human, helpful, and consistent. Be relatable. Join the discussion. Add your take. Maybe you have a different opinion on something. Share your voice and be consistent in your interactions. So finally, how to measure ROI. This one is profile views, connection requests, inbound DMs, outbound DMs, demo bookings, content, engagement like saves, shares, comments, all of that. How do I do this? I just open up a spreadsheet and I add the date, the post, the topic that I talked about, what was the format, the impressions, likes, and comments, and why I think the post worked or didn't work. And the posts that are doing well, I just highlight them here in green, and that's how I'm able to build like a log of posts that I'm doing that are doing really, really well. And the objective of this is to track that and find what posts are driving the most impressions and shares, so you can double on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you find it valuable, drop a comment, or if you want to subscribe, do that also. You can also grab my personal branding checklist for LinkedIn. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. And also, if you want me to audit your LinkedIn profile for free, reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. My link is in the bio too. So that's all. Thanks.